Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Faith Builder. Hope you're well this morning. I want to talk to you this morning about sustained attention in this day and age of, where we just don't have an attention span like we need to gain godliness and spiritual disciplines that lead to godliness. 1 Timothy 4:7 tells us, discipline yourself for the purpose of godliness. Godliness requires discipline, spiritual discipline in our lives. And godliness is the goal. Godliness is to become Christ-like. It is to become like Him. That is why He saved us, is to be with Him, that we would be like Him. And we see this reiterated all through the Scriptures. But for that to happen, and for that transformation that we all long for to happen, is we must develop spiritual discipline. And to develop spiritual discipline in our lives, to take hold of the different spiritual disciplines and utilize them in our lives, we must be able to maintain focused attention on the Word of God and on the Spirit of God in the midst of prayer, and on God Himself, right, as we worship Him. So I just want to encourage you with one simple thing, but profound. I have tested this in my life. I've tried over the years to use my iPad, my iPhone, electronics when it comes to reading the Word of God, but I encourage you to try to go paper. Get a paper Bible, get a paper journal, and in your time of discipline, when you first rise, first thoughts in the morning, is set aside the electronics, turn them off, because the reality is, if we use our phone, if we go to our phone, if we go to our iPad or wherever it is, we're going to, you can count on it, we're going to get distracted, and it is going to ruin that ability to develop attention, sustained attention on the Word of God and on God Himself, to commune with Him. And once we're interrupted, the problem is what we've done with electronics is we have created a certain thought problem, almost an ADD type thing for all of us, that we cannot stay focused on what the Word of God, what we need to hear from the Word of God. So this is interesting. This is out of the Wall Street Journal. They wrote this article, and they did big research on people's phones, and they came up with some simple things. They said that Americans look at their phones up to 80 times per day. Think about that. It's amazing, like that phone going off right there. Every 12 minutes, they say Americans are looking at their phones. It's amazing. Talk about the distraction. And most of that is not, as they go on to talk about, is oftentimes those 80 times is not with a purpose, not like a work or something important, but it's a swipe to pass the time away. Now, this is interesting. The London Design Studio, out of London, their special projects unit, they have developed a new app called the Paper Phone. And it's for Android, and I think maybe it's just for Android, I think, at this point in time. I don't know if it's for the iPhone yet, but this is wild. They've developed this because of this issue, and you can go in and select information that you need for the day, and it organizes into this slick paper calendar for you to print for your day, what you need to know, your calendar and all your to-dos. It's an interesting concept. You might just check it out. I just have gotten to where I use a paper journal and a paper Bible. And I think, folks, when we talk about beginning our day in the Word of God, is we must get away, right, from the distractions that come with our electronics. I would just say try it. Try this as a discipline, and see if you're not able to actually grow in your sustained focus and your sustained attention to the things of God. Godliness requires discipline, and discipline is not possible if we're not able to really grow in our ability to give our attention to something. So I encourage you with that today. Try this in your walk with God. Start with a paper Bible. Start with that journal. Go to that with pen, ready to commune with God and focus our attention to hear from Him first thing in the morning. Hope this encourages you. God bless.